Is it easier for you to type a destination into your GPS and trust it's going to get you where you're asking it to go than it is for you to trust God? I know that sounds, let me say it again so you can take it in. Is it easier for you to hop in your car, type in a destination, and trust it's going to get you there? Even if you see car accidents on the way, even if you see debris on the road, even if your GPS says rerouting, is it still easy for you to trust that GPS without any doubts that it's still going to get you there? Even if the route doesn't look like you expect it to look, don't you keep going without question that it's going to get you there? How about comparing that to your measure of faith when it comes to praying and asking the Lord to get you through a season? I know this year is a real rough season. I am in the process of my promise. I haven't gotten there yet. And I know a lot of you are in the same space like, Lord, where is my promise? My life is not supposed to look like this. This is not what I thought it was going to be. And I am right there with y'all. I have been writing, I'm a journalist. I have been writing for NBC for 2 years as an intern. And my life does not look like I expected it to look in this season. Matter of fact, in any season. Okay, my life did not just start lifing this year. My life has been lifing what feels like my entire life. And if you're anything like me, like my entire life, it feels like my life has been life. And I've had little glimpses of, oh, yay. But for the most part, my life has been life in my entire life. And if you're interested in hearing more about my life, I cover the first 30 years of my life in my book titled Nobody's Baby. It's available on all platforms. You'll get to read about why I say my life has been life in my entire life. But right now, I'm talking about this season, this year. Is it easier for you to type in a destination into GPS and trust that you're going to get there no matter what? But you have so much doubt in your mind, in your heart, in your spirit when it comes to approaching the throne and things don't look like the way you expected it to look. I'm not judging. I'm with you. I have had so many conversations with the Lord asking God, I wish I knew what Joseph's thought process was when he received his promise and he was thrown into a pit, thrown into, sold into slavery, then accused of something he didn't do, and then thrown into prison, and then forgotten about. And after all of that, he got his promise. I ask God all the time, I really wish I knew Joseph's thought process so I can see how did he deal with hanging on to his faith in all of that, in the midst of all of that. And I was having this conversation with another young lady, and with me telling her I wish I could see that, because it's so many stories and so many testimonies of people, once they get to their promise, they can recap and tell you. They can recap and talk about it. And I don't blame them for waiting until they get their promise to want to share their testimony. But I want to know the thought process of right now, when you haven't gotten it yet, when you don't have the answers yet, and life doesn't look like you expected it to look. I want to know what's the process right now. And when I was talking to this young lady about it, she said, what if it's you? What if you're the one that's meant to share the process of getting to the promise? That convicted me too. So here I am, being obedient, sharing with you all the process of me getting to my promise as a journalist. A jobless journalist, okay? I work for Jesus. I'm a journalist for Jesus right now, okay? Until some major network says, hey, we'll take you again, or TV station, whatever, less Netflix, or somebody say, hey, we need a writer. This is me, journaling for Jesus. And I just invite you all on the process of my promise and let you know you're not alone. I'm right here with you. But I join you to apply trust in God just as much, well, even more than you trust that GPS. Because when the Holy Spirit presented that scenario to me, like I said, it convicted me. And I said, yes, it is so much easier. When I type in my GPS, I don't have any doubts. I don't get worried or frustrated when the route is not looking like I expect it to go. Even if it's a lot of traffic, I say, oh, it's a lot of traffic. Oh, if it says reroute, I just let it reroute me. And I go on with the journey. And God is asking us to do that. When life is not looking like we expected it to look, when the promise is not here yet, and we're like, okay, now what? He wants us to still trust him, still have as much faith in him, just as easy as it is for us to type in GPS the destination that it's going to get us there. I dive more into this conversation that I have with the Holy Spirit on my first episode of my YouTube channel called Bitter Sugar. The title of that first episode is called Shut Your Mouth, It's a Blessing, where I talk about many times where I was complaining about my situation and the whole time God was blessing me. Like I said, I have not made it to my promise yet. I'm in the process of getting to it, but I have had some situations where I complained and God was blessing me, and I share that testimony. And so if you're interested in that, hop over to YouTube and type in Bitter Sugar. That's the name of my channel. And I hope you all would join me in a conversation on faith and what it looks like. And if you think about it, is it easy for you to trust the GPS to get you somewhere than it is for you to trust God after you've prayed? Let me know in the comments.